Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome back to the New York Jets franchise as we are getting to the trade deadline in this episode. Now, we have an interesting team. You know, our schedule so far has been fairly easy. The second half is going to be a whole lot tougher. So really, it's about getting better from here. Now, we're at the trade deadline. Charvarius Ward has been a guy that I've been pointing out in previous videos, is giving up quite a few big plays. And, you know, one thing that I don't like about him is just that his ratings are good. He just doesn't make the plays on the field. Levi Wallace has kind of been in that same boat, but at least he's been pretty productive on the right side of the field, not giving up too many big plays. So we are going to be looking at trading one of these two corners, and I'm looking at a team that needs a cornerback. I'm not going to make it unrealistic and trade it to a team that doesn't need one. So I look at the Houston Texans. They need a cornerback, and I also need to make it work cap wise. Charvarius Ward would be their best rated corner on their roster if we make this deal, and we need to make it work salary wise, so we will have to take back Brandon Dunn. Now this makes sense for us a little bit too, because I said that I wanted to move BJ Hill back to defensive end, and so I'm going to need to add a defensive tackle just for depth. So we end up trading Ward for a third round pick and defensive tackle done, and we get the deal done. Now they get a top rated cornerback and we get a third round pick from them. The Texans are a team that likes to trade quite a bit, so I thought it just made sense, and their number one need was cornerback. So Charvarius Ward is no longer with the Jets. Now going over to the next guy I'm thinking about trading here is Ryan Griffin. Now Ryan Griffin actually used to play for the Texans, so I honestly almost included him in that trade and got another, maybe a 6th or 7th round draft pick, but I decided not to. He does have 2 years left on his deal, but he's just not playing at all. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to have him on the roster. He's only been with the team for a couple of years now, so it's not really a big deal. Now, I just want to trade him to a team where I know he's going to play. It looks like for the Colts, they only have Matt LaCosse as their starting tight end, and I think that he will at least be a starter for 1 year, at least for the second half of the season. Now, they have a bevy of running backs. One guy that was interesting here that I won't acquire here is Jonathan Taylor. He's just buried there. Kareem Hunt got signed to them, and I believe Kareem Hunt got a extended deal. I believe it was a multiple year deal. And then they also have Nyheim Hines, and then don't forget about Marlon Mack. So Jonathan Taylor just absolutely won't play for them. So I will try to actually possibly go after him in the offseason, I think. Not right now. We don't really need running back. Now, I tried to negotiate with the Colts. They did not take the 6th round pick. So we will just trade Ryan Griffin for a 7th round pick. It at least frees up some cap space so that maybe now we bring back Chris Herndon. We have that money now. That's an extra $4 million to add to that deal if we do decide to bring him back, along with other guys we have to re-sign. We'll have to see. Now, going into this year's draft, I really need to add depth, and I think that that's been an issue so far, especially at cornerback. We have still not been able to find a cornerback who we can just like rely on, just like, you know, leave him alone and allow him to roam his side of the field. Now, the top two cornerbacks are Marquise Gentry and Bryant Britt. Now, those two guys are very good, but if we don't get them, like, the rest of the draft is kind of stale at cornerback. There are a couple of guys late, but nobody that I'm really just beating down the door for. Ross Hart, he's projected as a 3rd rounder. He's a 1st round talent. And just looking at the rest of these guys, Jalen Daniels, he's a 4th round talent. Looking at Junior Wooten, he's a 4th round projection. And then Tim Jenkins, a late 3rd round talent. I mean, this is just not a talented draft at all at cornerback. And I don't know, if I don't select a cornerback early, I'm not sure if we will find our guy. But Ross Hart, I'm looking at here, he's in the middle of the 3rd round. His top 3 are play recognition, press, and man coverage, but the man coverage is just a C+. So when we bring him in, he might not even be that good at covering at all. So Chuma Edoga has missed a couple of games here, and he will be back from injury. How about him, though? You know, I went into this series thinking that I was going to have to get a replacement right tackle for George Fant and Edoga, but Edoga has really blossomed. Even with normal development, he is at 75 overall, the number 20th ranked right tackle. He is actually a strength of this team. It's very, very surprising. Our tackles are developing together. Mekhi Becton and Edoga. So now we have a dev trait upgrade opportunity for Quinnen Williams. I did not expect this at all. 2 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, or hold them for less than 75 yards rushing in this game, and 1 rushing touchdown. So if we do one of those 2 things, we will get an upgrade for Quinnen Williams. Remember, he's 23 years old and he's star development. That will make him superstar. So let's start out this game. Let's continue winning early on the season. Here is Le'Veon Bell, handoff to the left side, and he's going to pick up a big-time gain. It's a first down. And we do play these games in whole. I am editing this down so that you guys can see the highlights. Now inside the red zone, quick throw, Berrios, touchdown. You got to like Braxton Berrios. I mean, this guy really runs great routes. He plays on the outside. He's also the backup slot receiver as well. So he's been having a pretty good season. And honestly, I have to re-sign either 1 or 2 of Jamison Crowder or Braxton Berrios. And I think that Berrios might get a second deal as well. So here's Tua this time trying to move, and he's going to get sacked. That is Jordan Jenkins. I moved him to the right side of the defensive line to rush the passer instead of the left, and he's been doing pretty well. So here's Tua this time, getting sacked by Jenkins again. Scooped up, the rookie, Brad Matthews, touchdown. How about Jenkins? 2 straight plays with sacks, and that one is a strip and a pick up and score by Brad Matthews. How about that? Jordan Jenkins making plays. So we fast forward here to the end of the first half. Here's Darnold, throw deep. He's got a man, Mims, and he's got it on the sideline. And that's a big-time throw from Darnold. First down. I got to admit, Darnold has some really good throws, but some throws are just off. It's not like he's a bad quarterback, but sometimes he just misses some easy ones. Here's a quick throw out to Jamison Crowder, and he picks up the first down. So now Darnold from the shotgun throws to left side. He's got Berrios again, and we call our second timeout. And the rookie left guard Peter Weeks is shaken up. Not another offensive lineman injury. So now 3rd and 3. Darnold moves to the right side, stops and throws it. He's got Herndon inside the 10. It is going to be 1st and goal. He's fighting for that new contract. So we eventually get it to a 3rd and goal. Darnold throws it. It's caught. Jamison Crowder, touchdown. All right. Nice sizable lead here for your Jets in the first half. And Darnold looks good throwing the football. So now we start the second half. Tua back out onto the field. Quick throw, and that is Matt Breida. And B.J. Hill is shaken up again. Hopefully that is not a bad injury. That would be the 2nd major injury if it is this season. So here is a screen pass called. Quinnen Williams. That's his 1st. All right, 1 more. And we have that superstar trait upgrade. And now here we are with possession, up by a couple of scores. Here's a throw to the right side. And how about Herndon holding on to that one? Gain of 17. He has been showing up quite a bit, and he is doing really, really well this year. So at the 27, 3rd and 7 this time, Darnold moves in the pocket. He's going to throw while getting hit, and it's thrown out of bounds. And we're at the 27. You got to think we're going to settle for the field goal, and we do. Zane Gonzalez, it's good. 24-6. So now the Dolphins get possession right back. Here is Tua now with pretty good field position. Throws to left side, and he's got Devontae Parker beating Jimmy Smith, who's starting on the outside now with the Travarius Ward trade. So now at the 14, 2nd and 5, draw play. Breida shows some speed. He gets inside the 5-yard line. He's at 60 yards rushing here in this game. So now under center, quick throw, and it's Parker. Touchdown, beating Jimmy Smith. Or is that Marcus May? That is Marcus May on the coverage, and he does score and bringing it back to 11-point game. So here is Darnold this time. Dump off pass. Herndon's by himself. He's got a first down to about the 40. Sam Darnold looks pretty good in this one. 14 to 22, 2 touchdowns. So now from the shotgun, 2nd and 8, quick throw, Herndon again. Another catch for him, 1st down. So now just as we end the 3rd quarter, draw play called, LaMichael Pirine showing some patience. He's got speed. He gets to the outside. It's a touchdown. LaMichael Pirine. How about him? He's a guy you got to think about at running back for the future. And he is having himself a pretty good season as the backup to Le'Veon Bell. I'm thankful that both of them have been healthy this year. So the Miami Dolphins backing onto the field. Here's Kalen Ballage getting a catch and a nice run. And he gets to about the 24-yard line. It's a 1st down. So under center now at the 12. Handoff. It's Jabari Blaze Sr. from our Whitetails dynasty. He plays with the Dolphins. So now at the 1, Jabari Blaze remains in the game. Handoff. And he outstretches the ball for the touchdown. It didn't look like he got it, but I guess they're going to rule it a touchdown. And Jabari Blaze has a touchdown. So now it's an 11-point game. Darnold backing onto the field. Quick throw. Le'Veon Bell with 4 minutes left. He gets it inside field goal range. 1st down for Le'Veon Bell. So I just saw Ha Clinton Dix right there. And remember, he did get signed to them in the offseason. As Darnold tries to play action, he fumbles and goes down. And it's Kyle Van Noy with the sack. And we bring it back to the 35. So 3rd and long. Darnold throws across the middle. He's got Herndon again. Big time game from Herndon. It's a 1st down. And that one gives him 89 yards here in this game off of his 6th catch. So you got to think the Dolphins will start to call some timeouts. Throw to the right side, and that is Travis Wesco, who is actually now inserted into that 3rd spot in the tight end rotation. And he drops it, and we settle for 3. So here's Tua back out onto the field, running away from the pressure, and it's a sack. Quinnen Williams, number 2. Superstar trait, here we come. 3rd and 15, deep shot. Tua, one-on-one. Devontae Parker snagging over Levi Wallace. So now here on a 3rd and 5, throw to the end zone. Under 20 seconds left here in this game. That's incomplete. And down by 2 scores, this one might be the game. 4th and 5. Let's see what Tua can do. 3 wide receivers out to the right side. He's got all day, no pressure. He throws to the end zone, picked off. Jimmy Smith getting the start on the outside. No more Charvarius Ward. It's Jimmy Smith. And he ends up with the interception, sealing this game. And the Jets continue to win games here in the first half of the season. And that one is a nice win by 2 scores. Darnold looks good. 19 of 32, 2 touchdowns. Not really many mistakes here in this game. Herndon had a pretty good game. So did Jamison Crowder. And then Barrios scored as well. Denzel Mims has been pretty quiet, to be honest, the last couple of games. But he ends up with 2 catches of his own. But look at the pressure that we're getting from Quinnen Williams and Jordan Jenkins. 2 sacks each from them. Henry Anderson also adds a sack. He is playing for a new contract at 30 years old. And it was just an all-around pretty good victory. So a couple of upgrades. Le'Veon Bell is getting older. He's not going to progress very much anymore. 30,000 XP to even get him leveled up. He is a number 17th back in the NFL right now. He's still signed under a 2-year contract now. Bless Austin. He's still a young cornerback. He plays mostly in the slot. Ashton Davis and him will probably rotate there. I do still have Bryce Hall, but his coverage ratings are not very good. Now, Tariq Macklin is pretty much on par with Christopher Herndon. He's at 78 overall, the number 30 ranked tight end, and he is going to be amazing to develop here in the future. Now, we have another upgrade going into next week, which we'll cover in a little bit. But Quinnen Williams is officially superstar trait. It feels so good to have another superstar trait now on the defensive line. So remember, we have one on the offensive line with Mekhi Becton in his 2nd year. And now Quinnen Williams on the defensive side of the ball. He is the number 16th ranked right end, 82 overall. and he's only 23 years old. That is the best part right there. And his superstar ability is inside stuff. So trying to run inside with those inside zones, he will actually shed blocks way faster than a normal defensive end. We also have more good news. How about this one? Alex Hopkins has been hidden dev for the start of the season. Now with enough snaps, he is revealed as a superstar X Factor. He has the selfless superstar X Factor ability, which basically means when he performs well and he's in the zone, everybody else on the field goes into the zone as well. I love this ability. It's just like having a leader on your defense and he makes everybody better. And then his superstar ability is strip specialist, so he is able to strip the ball effectively. So I'm not really a strip tackler and I'm not always controlling Alex Hopkins, but I'm hoping that the computer will start to strip the ball. Now, unfortunate news coming out of that game was that BJ Hill, who went down, he's actually out for 4 weeks now. So it's just interesting. You know, I traded for BJ Hill last year, but if he can't stay healthy, how can we give him a contract extension? We want guys that can be on the field and play, and he's going to get a hefty contract. So, and I want to be realistic with the contracts I hand out. So I'm definitely going to put together realistic numbers with those deals to not take advantage of the game. But it's interesting. Do we extend BJ Hill? Because now we have Jordan Jenkins with an upgrade, because he is going into age 28 year next season, and he is signed. We did sign him for a 2-year deal, but now it's interesting because he has an opportunity to be a superstar dev, just like Quentin Williams last game. Now this is going to be interesting because he's a pass rusher, and honestly, he's on track to probably be his career high. He's at 5.5 right now. If he gets 2 in this game, he's at 7.5, and he's already a half sack away from his career high. I'm hoping to get that for him this game. That would be awesome. 2 straight dev upgrades, and then revealing Alex Hopkins as an X Factor as well is pretty huge. So here we go, playing the Buffalo Bills in a divisional matchup. Once again, 2 divisional games here in this episode, as they will be back to receive the opening kickoff, and that will get them to the 27-yard line. So out comes Josh Allen. And remember, earlier this season, we had an overtime victory versus them. Now we are back at home. So here is Allen. First pass deep down the left side. It's going to be thrown up in the coverage. Stephon Diggs goes up over Jimmy Smith. So now they're set up at the 1. Throw to the end zone, picked off. It's C.J. Mosley. He's going to take it back. He makes a man miss. He's got room, and he's got to outrun Diggs. And Diggs dives and misses. It's a touchdown for the New York Jets. Wow. Did not see that coming. A big-time throw from Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs, and then a pick 6. It's 7-0 Jets. So here's Josh Allen back out onto the field, all day to throw. Let's get some pressure. Is that Jordan Jenkins? It is. It's a sack. How about this? Already has his first sack on the second drive. So Josh Allen on a 3rd and long, throws to the right side, and he's got his man Singletary out of the backfield. That's not going to be enough for a first down, though. So here's our offense out onto the field for the first time with a 7-point lead. Play action fake. Here's Darnold. He's going to throw. He's got a man. That's Jamison Crowder, who can't hang on to that one. And he completes. Knocked out of his hands by Tre'Davious White. 3rd and 10. Throw to the right side, and it's going to be dropped. Christopher Herndon. Looks like Micah Hyde was on the coverage that time. Or was that Jordan Poyer? Now Bills back onto the field. This time throw across the middle, and it is John Brown. Remember, he came off a 1,000-yard season in real life in 2019. So 3rd and 1. Handoff. Singletary stopped. It looks like Quentin Williams, using that new ability, makes the stop there and brings it to a 4th down. And they end up actually punting instead of going for it. So here we are back out onto the field. Le'Veon Bell with a handoff to the right side. That's a first down. Le'Veon Bell. So we get it to about the 38-yard line. Play action fake. 9 minutes left here in the second quarter. Darnold throws to the right side. It's picked off. We tried to throw to Tariq Macklin, but he moved in the last second. He was sitting down on the sideline and then moved to the middle of the field, and then White takes advantage, and that ends up being an interception. And now the Buffalo Bills take back over. So here is Allen, this time in the pocket, trying to get away from the pressure, but not Henry Anderson. He gets the sack, and it looks like he's shaking up on the play. Hopefully, that's not serious. So we do end up forcing the punt as we come back out onto the field. Here is Darnold moving to the right side, and he fumbles. Picked up by White. You've got to be kidding me. And that time, Darnold can't get down. We tried to slide on that play. But now the Bills take back over. And now it's still a 7-0 game here in the first half. Quick throw, and that's a tackle by C.J. Mosley. They tried to run the screen pass. Josh Allen has only missed one throw so far, 3rd and long, and another stop. Our defense is playing extremely well, giving up passes to Josh Allen, but he's not converting as they settle for the long field goal. And that's not even close. That was from 54 yards out, and now we get possession right back. So 3 minutes left here in the first half. Darnold moves to the right side and throws. Caught. Christopher Herndon. He threw that way too late, but it still ends up working out. First down. So 2 minutes left. Quick throw. It's picked off. That was intended for Denzel Mims. And now Micah Hyde has it. He's going to take it back. And it's a touchdown for the Bills. Pick 6 for them. 2 pick sixes for this game. And the Bills end up tying this game up at 7 apiece. So here's a throw to the right side to end the first half. We are still in the first half here. That's Le'Veon Bell. He picks up the first down. So now here is Darnold now. 5 wide receivers. Looks like he may have changed the play a little bit. He moves to the right side. He's going to take it himself this time, running out of bounds smartly. But look who's hurt. Edoga, not another offensive lineman hurt. So George Fant checks in at right tackle now. 2nd and 6, throw to a wide open Herndon coming off of a big game last week. It's a first down. 2 interceptions for Darnold here in this game. Let's see if he can recover here at the end of the first half. So handoff, Le'Veon Bell, nice hole. And it's going to be a gain of about 7 yards. I love running behind Alex Mack. But we get some unfortunate news. Another torn labrum. And Edoga is probably going to be out for at least 4 weeks, at least from what we've seen from the other torn labrums here. So we get back to the game now, inside the 5. Here, 10 seconds left. Throw to the end zone. Caught. Touchdown, Braxton Berrios. His 2nd straight game with a touchdown. He's been performing just as well as he could. And now we take the 7-point lead going into halftime. So 14-7 here to start the second half. Throw to left side, and it's picked off. That one wasn't even close. Let's just take a look at who he's thrown this to. That's Denzel Mims. Look where this is supposed to be thrown. I mean, it is over the top of the linebacker in front of the safety. It's kind of an easy throw. He needs to make that throw, and it just absolutely isn't even close. No pressure or anything. And those are the throws I'm talking about. Sometimes Darnold just makes the terrible throws. So here is a run, Singletary, and there is that ability coming in. Quinnen Williams, he gets a stop in the backfield. So 3rd and long. This time Allen moves, and it's a sack. Jordan Jenkins, his 2nd sack. That one gives him the superstar development. You've got to be kidding me. 2 straight games. 2 defensive linemen / pass rusher, edge rushers, I should say, getting dev trait upgrades. I love it. And now here we are with a 7-point lead. Let's see if we can finish this game out, even after 3 turnovers by Darnold. Actually make that 4 turnovers. He has 3 picks in this game as he scrambles to the right side. And it's a first down scramble by Sam Darnold. So now inside the red zone at the 13. Darnold, quick throw. He's got Jamison Crowder. Touchdown. He has that one in the end zone, and he is closing in on 1,000 yards. He's going to be getting there soon. And now we get it to the 36 here to end this game now in a 20-10 game. Throw across the middle. Denzel, he's got it. He's got the 20-yard gain as well. First down. You got to love how this defense is playing. We're holding these decent offensive teams to not that many points, especially in the first half. So here's the throw across the middle. Barrios, he gets slung forward. And we're inside the 5 now with 3 minutes left. So here's Darnold changing to play at the line now. Second and goal, throw to the right side. It's a touchdown. Denzel Mims this time. And that one is going to be the game. 27-10 here with 3 minutes left. No way the Bills come back. They end up scoring a garbage time touchdown, but a good win here for the Jets. We played good defense. We're getting after the quarterback. I think that's the difference here between season 1 and 2. I mean, season 1, we barely got sacks. It was just Quinnen Williams pretty much getting sacks. But we've already seen a couple of great games from our pass rushers. Henry Anderson already has a 3-sack game. We just saw last game that both Quinnen Williams and Jordan Jenkins got 2 sacks each. And then Jordan Jenkins follows it up by another 2-sack game. That's back-to-back 2-sack games. He's at 7.5 on the year now. Quinnen Williams actually gets hurt in this game. Hopefully it's not serious. But Jordan Jenkins with 2 sacks, he gets that superstar trait as well. Now we officially have 3 guys that are superstar trait. Mekhi Becton, Quinnen Williams, and Jordan Jenkins. We have a couple of upgrades. Alex Hopkins goes up. He's at 78 overall now. And he actually went up +2 speed. Did I just see that right? And he is going to be a pretty good weapon for us on the defensive side of the ball. I think he still has a ton of development to do because I don't really see him jump off of the screen. But I'm excited for the future now because we have an elite pass rusher now in Jordan Jenkins to pretty much be the guy who we depend on to get out to the quarterback. Now with superstar trait, I expect him to still develop a little bit more at age 28. Now, next episode, we will go up against the Carolina Panthers. I want this to be an isolated episode versus the Panthers because they are 6-3 and they are really good. Led by Teddy Bridgewater, 24 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 24 I believe is his career high. And just looking at his development, he's been developing pretty nicely as well. And it doesn't hurt to have a great pass catcher and a runner like Christian McCaffrey. And then we also face the former Rivercat, Javon Warren, who was drafted in the first round by the Panthers, maybe to be that replacement of Luke Kuechly. And he is having himself a great season so far. 47 tackles, 4 for loss. I mean, he is having himself a great season. 40 solo as well. So that will do it here in this episode. Trade deadline has passed. So now the team that we have is the team we'll stick with. And if we ever need to pick up players, I plan on just using the practice squad and building my team that way. I don't want to take advantage of just signing free agents all the time. I want that only to be in the preseason and off season. So if I do need players now, it will have to come from our practice squad, which we can highlight what our practice squad looks like. But let's see if we can come up with a win because the second half of our schedule is very tough. Hit subscribe, hit that like button, stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yeah, they filling out these job applications. Life got hard after high school graduation. I went to college and your boy got financial aid. They gave me money, then I went and bought a pair of J's. And I bought a pair of shades. And I bought a new computer. Had $400 left, spent the rest on